Proud, a part of it really started in fall camp. And I know everyone lost faith in us and thought we were terrible coaches and bad players and everything else after the Penn State game, but they worked their tails off all fall camp. After the Penn State game, they came to work. They worked hard all week. They played their tails off against Wyoming. They worked their hearts out this week. So I'm just super proud for all my assistants, for their families, for every single one of my players and their families, and my family. Because it's hard. It's hard. I'm happy for my wife. I'm happy for my 2 daughters. I'm happy for my son, who most people in here don't like. But he plays his butt off and he competes and he's a good player. And at some point people might be able to say that. But he's a tough player. He played hard today. I think our whole team played hard. Our line came out, competed, got after people. Our running backs ran hard. Jeff made some great catches. Cottrell made some great catches. You go to the defensive side of the ball, to stop that offense like they did in the first half is pretty awesome. That's collectively. You see Charles just rushing the quarterback all day, working his tail off. Christian Ellis running around, Trey Walker running around, the whole secondary. Because we had 5 starters out today. That's another reason to be proud of them. We had 5 guys that, Wyoming's a big physical team. So we had 5 guys that didn't play today because they were beat up from that game. So I'm just super proud. Super happy for all our players, super proud. Now we just got to stay humble, go back to work tomorrow, just like we've all been doing. It doesn't matter.
In the first half especially, at virtually every position on both sides of the ball, it looked like you guys were far and away the superior team.
Yeah, we worked hard, and that'd be awesome if you were. I want to stay humble. I want our team to stay humble. I want us to keep working hard. I want us to know we got there by working hard. And but I would say this: we outplayed them at every single position.
Would you say this is the best game Mason's played in his career?
Probably, yeah, probably. I'd say it probably is. That North Dakota game last year was pretty darn good too. I haven't watched it on tape yet. This one on tape yet, but yeah, he played well.
What did he do best today?
Probably what he did best is what you don't even see is changing protections and changing runs. Honestly, I thought he made some good fakes. I thought he extended plays again. Early in the game, he ran for first downs. I think that was big. But it's the whole line played good. The receivers played good. The running backs played good. The quarterback gets way too much blame and way too much credit. Everybody around him played good, and he played good too. But I'm just super proud of them all. And I think, it almost makes you break down a little bit. But I think there was somewhat, Mark Vaught, Jace Malik, and Colin Sather. There was a little bit of power from those guys out there today. I really do. I think it helped us, and I just, want to tell all their families. We always think about them. That's what we do at the end of the game. We go down to that tunnel and touch Jason and Colin's numbers, and then Noah Johnson got the Mark Vaught Award today. So those are 3 really special people that I always think about every day, honestly.
Paul, the fourth quarter drive winds up being big on the scoreboard, obviously, but at the time, how important, how crucial did you think that
Real
was?
important. We had to stay on the field. You know what I mean? Like at first I wasn't even as worried about scoring as I was staying on the field. Letting our defense get some rest and getting first downs. And then as we went down there, then he wanted to get his touchdown, obviously. But that was a great catch by Jeff, good throw by Mason. But the whole drive was the whole line playing hard. Nick comes in and makes a huge run. Had some great suggestions on plays on that drive from Coach Sinkovich. A couple of those runs were him, giving those suggestions. It was awesome. And it was just a bunch of, Coach Bresky and his defense. You should name every coach. You should name every player, honestly, because it was a team victory all the way around.
Why go with Nick there? Was that just a hunch? Or
It was a different play.
Right.
Yeah, it was a different play that I really don't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't want to really say so everybody knows, but it was just a couple plays we went with them. I felt like at times when he was in there, they were playing all pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit of a tendency that I've had at times when he's in the game, we pass it. So I wanted to get him in there and run it a few times, and then he made a great run, and everybody blocked good for him.
In the second half, besides their short drops, were they doing anything else to kind of negate the pressure you guys were bringing so well in the first half?
They changed up a couple things. They were playing a little bit more zone than man. And I probably got a little too conservative, honest with you. But I saw the clock, I saw the score, and I just kept figuring out how much and wanted to burn as much time as I could. And, but we had a couple of huge drives. The one drive, I mean, you can't get a field goal blocked. You know, that drive all the way down there burned a whole bunch of time, and then a drive going the other direction when we scored a touchdown. They both burned a lot of time and did a lot of good things. So we played good enough to win in the second half. Obviously, we played better in the first half. But we just kept fighting. I wish there wasn't a halftime, because I really felt like right at that point we were really wearing them out. And but we won. Ultimately, that's what matters.
Trey had 14 tackles and a fumble recovery. What can you say about the way he
He's been playing great all year, honestly. Like, he's just he has a great motor. He has a great will and desire to play his tail off. He doesn't rotate. You know, that's like this day and age, guys on defense think they got to rotate. Offense guys don't have to, but defense guys think they do. But Trey doesn't. Plays every snap. Plays every snap of every game, run, pass situations, whatever, and just plays with a great motor and a great effort. He's just a really good football player for a sophomore, man. He's just going to get better and better. So, just good things.
This looked like the most complete defensive effort of the season so far. What was working so good this week in practice that led up to this?
You know, it kind of showed. We have a period called crossover. So when we do crossover, it's kind of like how the NFL practices. So we kind of have good. So like we'll run Eastern's plays on offense, but with our better guys, and go against our defense, number one defense, and then our better guys on defense. So it's not scout team. They'll run Eastern. And we have 2 periods of that each day. And I told the coaches after Wednesday that was 2 days in a row, 4 periods, the best crossover we've had by far, both sides of the ball. So he felt pretty confident, you know. I wasn't going to tell anyone else, but maybe my wife. But I was confident going into this game. I felt like we were going to go play really good, and then let the cards fall if that was good enough.
I know possession was a huge thing. To what extent do you think, keeping barriers sidelined over there kind of upset his mojo?
That's a good way to defend him. Yeah. Because he's special. So the best way to defend him is have him stand right over there on that sideline, because he's super special. You know, he can do a lot of good things. So we wanted him to be standing over there as much as possible. So we really worked hard on that.
You guys are really good on third down, part of the possession thing. Did you get the sense you were frustrating the heck out of them, that their defense was on the field for some really long
I think so. And a lot of those third downs were read, handoff, run, pass stuff. And I thought Mason did a really good job on those reads. Good job with his fakes. And when we did hand it off, then the line blocked really good and the backs ran hard. When we kept it and threw it, the guys that were running the routes did a great job of catching it, the first down. So it was another team good job.
On the play where Mason got hurt on the sideline, what happened to him there?
I think it was just a cramp, honestly. Yeah.
And how glad were you just to see him? He came back out there. I mean, he looked like he was hurting when he got up, and then a couple possessions later, there he is. He comes right back out to doing what he was doing.
Yeah, he's got some toughness, like his mom. He's got some toughness about him, so he'll always stand there and be tough.
How badly did Cotton get lit up on that touchdown?
Pretty badly, but it was more just knocked the wind out of. It wasn't anything. It wasn't like any. We all kind of hold our breath, but it was just he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Seems like a bunch of momentum's been building these past 2 weeks. How important is that going into the start of Big Sky play next week?
Huge, it's huge. I wish today was a conference game, you get lucky enough not to have to play them, but then you decide to play them non-conference. That wasn't my decision, I guarantee you that, but it worked out good now.
If Wyoming mostly played into your downhill running strengths, what aspect of this game played into what strengths of yours do you think?
Defensively, you're asking?
Yeah, defensive strengths. Bottling up barrier, maybe?
They just played hard. You know what I mean? And I got to watch the tape more because, honestly, sometimes I'm talking about offensive plays, deciding what offensive plays I'm going to call. I got to watch the tape probably more to be truthful on that answer. But I saw them all running around making plays, playing their tails off.
You guys have a long history against Eastern. How big of a win would you say this one was?
Big. I mean, they just kicked our tails last year. You know what I mean? I didn't do a good job of coaching last year. It was embarrassing. You know what I mean? I did not do a good job of getting our team ready as a head coach, of game planning as an offensive coach, of calling plays as an offensive coach. We worked the heck out of these guys all spring, all fall camp. not gonna go out there and do that bad of a job again as a coach. And, so all the coaches did a good job and put our players in position, and then our players played their tails off, and so it all worked together.
How did this year's Eastern team measure up against last year's Eastern?
Oh, this year's team gonna win a whole bunch of games. They're good. They're good. It wouldn't shock me if they didn't lose another game, honestly.
How did that first half feel when everything you said you wanted to do going in was working and they were
That's
so?
a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I wish Jeff would've had two hands to catch that one. The guy kinda grabbed this arm and he tried to make a great one, and I said, well, we could've been up 35 to none, that would've been even better. No, it was good. I felt good about it.
Mhm. Were
It's
you ever-
nice when you work something all week long in practice, then you call it in the game and you look out there and they're in the defense you expect. You run the play you expect and you execute it. That's a nice feeling.
Anything else for Coach?
Great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.